Welcome everybody, how are you? Bienvenidos a todos, ¿cómo están? Okay friends, so last week we started to improve the design of our right hand, and today I think that we did a great job. Let me check. We need to add the other details here, but I think that we can start working on the forearm armor. Okay, so that's what we are going to do today. So to do this, let me check. These are curves. Okay. Okay, I need this one. Let me first try to. But I have here also. I have this one. Okay, so let me first. What do you say? Do we have to move first this part, the solid part, or maybe this one first? I think that I'll go with this one. Yes, I think that I'll start with this one. No, because I will need at least a guide for this part. Remember that this is different. The part of the zipper should be here in the middle, but here it is going to maybe change a little, just a little, because we have a different position for our forearm. So maybe we can start first like using this to see. Okay, this is the reference that we can use to start creating that part. So okay, let's try that. I'm going to select all of these pieces. I am not going to use mirror because I created this armor to be symmetrical, so this part is the same as this one. Yes, I designed this in that way. I know that the forearm is not like completely symmetrical, but for the solid parts I do this, and it makes sense because the solid parts are not completely like attached to the skin. That's this for this part. So also I can use that in the other side, as well as I do here in this side. Okay, so I'm going to select all the solid parts. In this case, this one, all of these parts. I think that's all right. Yes, okay. Let's start moving this to the other side. What happened there? Okay. I am going to have a problem here with my mirror modifiers. Look, if I move this is going to happen. The same with this one. Okay, so what should we do here? I think that this is okay. This is good. So I am going to duplicate this part. Let me check this. Mirror. I have mirror too. But here I don't have problem to use this as mirror because this is the transformation point is going to move with the rest of the shape. I think that for this one I'm going to apply the mirror modifier, and if I want to maybe change something, I just have to go here to the mirror modifier and change it. Just delete the other side. I think that will work, but let me think on something. How I create this? Why this one is completely symmetrical with this part? I mean, it is in the perfect position. I don't remember how I created this. Maybe I take this part. I don't remember. I want, okay, that's because of this plane. So let me try to find this plane. Look, just I was thinking, why this is working so well if I don't have anything here. So I have this, it's a hidden shape. Let me try to find that. So I can duplicate that too, and then I can move the rest of the armor with that. Left hand, this is arm left. This one, this plane. Okay, so I am going to use this as reference. Okay, I'm going to select this. But if we want, maybe we should apply the mirror modifier. I think that let's try to apply the mirror modifier. I think that it is not going to be any problem because I think that I'm not going to do more changes here instead of moving this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to select this part. Again, all of these parts, I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to apply the mirror modifier just for those pieces. Okay, we have that. Yes, because if I need to change, then I have to change it here too. So duplicate that and move it to. I have to create another torso armor back. No, armor left. New collection. Armor right. And then I am going to hide this part. I have the copy, and I'm going to apply just a mirror modifier. Just a mirror modifier, and then just a mirror modifier. Here I'm not going to change the mirror. Maybe I should apply, but I have the local transformation, so it is not going to be a problem. Okay, now let me select, because I only have these parts. Look, all of these parts, so I can move that with no problem. Also, here I can show you that it doesn't matter the deformation of the arm. It works well because the armor is bigger, and also it not interfere here, like maybe with the movement of the arm. Okay. I'm going to start with this. Later I have to do the same with these other parts, but this one is going to be a little different because this part is going to deform and to change with the arm. That's why I didn't. Maybe this one, but no. First, I want to make sure that I have the main parts here. Okay. So let me think. Okay, here, but I have to rotate that. Now I have to move it. So let me move this here. I am not using this for now. Okay, we have to be really careful with this part, because I cannot use local transformation. Each piece has its own origin. Okay, here we can, no, I have to move it more to the inside. Also, if we check the original, the other, I can see that this starts here in this part. But maybe, okay, let me think about this. It looks like good here, but no, it is okay, because if I want to block an attack, I should have two ways to stop this: blocking with this part of the forearm, but if you can check the design of the armor, that those parts are not going to help. It is maybe a not good design for the armor, but we can see a better design should be like this completely, at least here. Yes, maybe now I am thinking about that, because this is very limited. Okay, I just have an option to block only with one side of the armor, only with this part. Here is okay, because the only way to block an attack with the legs, I'm thinking about martial arts, is only with this part. You are not going to block with this part, you're going to block with this part, or maybe to protect this part. So this is okay. The same for the knee. I am not talking that you're not going to need protection, but the main parts here are these. For the arm is a little bit different. Now I can see that, because look, I am only like saying that my arm is going to have I should think about that before. No, but okay, maybe I am not completely wrong, because remember that these are solid pieces, so it is not like I can move. I am going to move my arm. Maybe I'm talking about how you put this on and take this off. Okay, here I can easily remove this without taking off these parts. But if I close this, I will have no possibility to remove this part. I'm thinking about the design. That's the thing. So if I try to move this a little bit closer, the only way to remove, in one case that I want to remove my armor, I'm talking about the character, of course, I have to move the arm, to rotate the arm like inside, so I can remove for the thinner part of my arm, that is this part. That makes sense. So with that, I will have more like area here to use for protection. But if you check the design, the original design, I can do that, but it is not like we really need. Check here, we have another example. It is similar to my example. This one is different, because the design of that armor, this here is different. It is a lot bigger, so I can remove easily this part. Let me check another. Here the same. So my design is not bad. Now we have to think about how it is going to be in my arm. And as you can see, this is the main face, let's call it like that, like the frontal part. So that's why this armor is almost at the elbow because of the rotation of my arm, but in the natural position, when I rotate my arm like in this position, this is going to move with my arm and it returns to the original design, that is this one. Or let me check my draw, this one. You can see the arm here, and it is going to protect this part, so that makes sense. You are going to use with your elbow, with your forearm, you're going to protect in this position, you're going to block attacks, so it makes sense. And I am talking all of this because I want to know, so I can move this in the right place here. So let's check. I can see that this part is like the frontal part. This arm, I'm not going to use the hand, because if I use the hand I have to rotate a lot, but it is like in this position, it doesn't matter, it is okay here. So let me rotate it a little bit to the other side. It's going to be a little bit difficult, you have to be patient. Check the no, it is not good. I cannot use local because the origin are completely different. Let me move it not too much to the inside. I'm trying to find a balance here, so I can see that now it is in the right place, but the whole armor is like only to this side. I have to move it a little bit to the other side. So maybe, let me see. No, this is not helping me. No, the views are not helping me. Let me see if I have a common. No, I don't have a common point here for the origin. So the only way is to do this. And look, it is a lot of better. I think that this is the final position for this one. Maybe I should rotate this like here. Yes, maybe that's the solution for that part. But I'm not going to worry about that right now, because at least I know the direction of the armor, and I know that it works really well, so I can continue with. I should move this too. That's my bad. I should use this one. I should move this with that group. Have to do that again. Just move it this, but don't worry. These are more easier to manipulate. Okay, now let's continue with this part. Okay, we have some options here. We can use the last design here and only delete one side of the faces, or we can try to find the backup. The thing about trying to find the backup is that it's going to be a little bit difficult because I think that I have a lot of backups. Those are. Let me see if I am lucky and can find a good backup. Let me first hide that part, okay? So I can select the one that I want. It's going to be like, but remember that I am using shrink wrap, and if I move it, I just can apply it and then let me see. Let me find first the forearm backup. I have this one. Let me hide this just for a moment. I only have one. I have the other design here, but I think that I'm going to use this one, that it has a lot of improvements. Let me hide this one. Let me select this one, and I'm going to, of course, move this. I'm going to move that to the other collection. I'm going to hide this, and I'm going to apply this so I can move it because there's no other way. I'm talking about the shrink wrap. I'm going to move it. But I have. Look at that. Why I already applied it? That's going to be a little bit difficult. I'm going to. I have to use that. It is better to manipulate with local transformations. I'm going to change that later. Let me bring back my left arm armor. Let me check. No. Okay, now let's move that to the other place. Vamos a mover eso al otro lado. Esta pieza de aquí. A tratar de ubicarla. O sabes qué? I have another idea. What if I already use the one that I already have here in the backup and just try to copy maybe that's better. And just try to copy what I have in here. It is going to be a little more easy to do. Voy a copiar, voy a usar la que ya tenía. Y solamente uso esto como referencia. Yes, I think that I'm going to do that. Also, I'm going to check with that the size and all of that. Let me bring back my backup. Backup. Where is the forearm backup? I hide that. This one. Okay, here we have the part that I created for this part. So I'm going to try to replicate what I have here, but I'm talking about just edges. I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to move that to arm to this collection. I'm going to hide this. I'm going to select these two parts just for a moment, and here I'm going to use this part. No, let's do. Okay, well, I'm using this so I can see. Hago esto para ver el nivel de edges here. Okay, I can see that I only have two divisions, solo tengo 2 divisiones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 edges here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I have this middle part. 1, 2, 3. Let's add 4 here. What else? But first let me change. Antes de hacer eso, hay que arreglar esta parte. Mira cómo está esta cosa horrible. Entonces, déjame eliminar todo esto. Let me delete this part. I'm going to delete that part, and I'm going to use the same modifier here. Copy modifiers. And good. Now, of course, I have to use the shrink wrap modifier. You know what? Before I do this, antes de comenzar con las divisiones, hay que arreglar esta parte, porque mira, está feo. Vamos a arreglar eso. Let's fix this part. Let me find shrink wrap. Hay que encontrar el shrink wrap modifier. Este de acá. Perdón. For this one, I want the shrink wrap modifier for that part. Shrink wrap modifier for this one. Now I'm going to return. Let me deactivate the wireframe. Ok. Ya desactivé eso. ¿Qué pasó aquí? Déjame ver algo. Very good. Look at this. This is not. Okay. I should delete it. No, but if I use. Estoy pensando. Creo que tuve que haber eliminado la otra parte, ¿sabes? I have a better idea. Let me return to the. Okay, here. Let me see. Vamos a chequear esta parte. Tengo demasiado. No está bien esta parte. Este es el problema. No. Vamos a nomás usar. Let me use here and try to fix from here the. Okay, it is good. I just have to start like changing a little bit these parts, just like we did here. We try to adjust that shape following the deformation of the arm, so you can see it. It's a little bit like this. Here maybe we don't have to do that, so esta parte creo que no tenemos que hacer eso, pero creo que si la arreglamos un poquito quedaría mejor. If we can fix it like just a little, I think that it is going to make sense. So vamos a cambiar eso. Let's change this part. First I have to move it a little bit up. Yes, I think that with that it is going to look a lot of better. Let me see if I just can move it like this. Okay, maybe that's okay, but I have to move it a little bit down. Oh no, I think that, let me check the other side. I have a lot of space here, so I can move my. I think that I have to just play with these parts. Pues solamente tengo que ir con esa, o sea, verificar esa parte de allá. Y como podemos ver, as we can see here, like the middle of this part is going to be the reference here for this forearm. So I have to move to make it a little bit bigger, and we can confirm that. Podemos confirmar eso que estoy diciendo, porque mira la otra está más grande que esta acá. This one is bigger than this one, so I have to change that to make it a little bit larger. So I'm going to play with this tree. I'm going to isolate these parts here. Don't worry about that. Let me just fix this one. Okay, so this is what we have. And first I'm going to select. Primero vamos a comenzar. No tengo una buena local. Bueno, podemos usar esto. Ahí estamos bien. Here I think that we are good. Also remember, okay, I'm using that. And move it rotate here. And then I move it like this. I am thinking about how this is going to change the formation because of the rotation of my hand. Let me see okay. First I think that, no, this is good. Maybe we can move it a little bit here to the other side. Let's do this slowly. Now I'm going to select everything and I'm going to rotate. Like here. Okay. Here. Okay. That's what I wanted. Let me see how this is looking here. Now I am going to fix this part. Vamos a ver cómo queda ahí. Seleccionar estas partes para aislarlas. Let's select that to isolate those parts. And then I can start like changing the points one by one. Ahora puedo cambiar esto, vamos a ver. Tenemos que con cuidado. Have to be very careful here. Ok, mira cómo se cambia bien feo esta parte. Look at this part, it's not looking like. Okay, these were better. No. Esto no está bien. This is not good. You know what? Pinwrap is not helping for now. I'm thinking about using the snap tool and then return to the shrink wrap modifier. It's going to be easier, I think, because look, it is changing too much. Okay, let's try to fix this. Estamos arreglando esto, estamos tratando de arreglar esto. I have to change this a lot because look, que ir cambiando esto un montón. Vamos a jugarle ahí un poco. I think that I have a way to instead of doing that one by one. I forgot about that. Vamos a arreglar, vamos a usar space. No, space is not working. No, this is not working. Let me return because it. Let me apply this just for a moment. Let me see what happens if I apply this part. If I use space, okay. The same with this part. I'm just going to play with the end and final points. Sí, voy a usar el principio y el final aquí. And then I'm going to use the same strategy, using the space and loop tools. Aquí también hay que cambiar. Pero space con esto, pues. Space with the snap tool. You may say that why? Because I wanted to fix this a little bit. These parts are too low. Return to the other. Here, let me check. Sorry. Y ahora sí vamos a cambiar con esto. Let's use space, again space, and here the same space, and that's good. Let me see, this change. I think that the space was not good for this one, because look, it changed a lot. Yes, here I don't like that. I think that I have to, it is better to, mejor es hacerlo manualmente. Déjame ver. Sí, está muy arriba. A ver con el otro. Ok. But if we compare that to the other side, maybe I was not. I am now like not right. Look, this is almost like in the half part of this one, and this one no. It's like in the beginning. So let's try to do the same to the other side. But by doing that I have to change my. Let's use this preference. Also, let me see the distance here with my elbow and with this part. Okay, like this shape here. Maybe if I find a way maybe I can create something here and move it to the other arm. Oh no. No, the shape is not going to help, but I think that the position of this part is really good. We just have to change this one. If we remember this should be at least at the beginning, and this, no, which one should be in the middle, almost at the middle, and the other one at the beginning. If I move it here, like okay, this one should be like in the middle and this one at the beginning. The part that is farther from the hand should be at the beginning and the other one should be at the middle. But for this one, I think that it is not going to look good. Let me try to change this. Sorry, I forgot to disable that. Ooh, this part I don't like. This part I don't like. Change a lot that part. No, but no, that was okay. Just let me try to fix that. Here, let me check. If I move my arm to one side and one side, this is going to maybe this is not going to be good because my arm is going to. No, but I have enough space. Yes, I have enough space. I have to consider that. Yes, because the arm is not completely like here. It is the same, right? Rotating here, and with this rotation, I also have a space. So the design is not. Maybe I should rotate this to this side. No, but in this part it is okay. But if I move my arm, it is okay if this is closer to the arm. It makes sense. I think that the armor is good. Even here it is good. Hello, welcome Marcon. I am trying to make this part in the other arm. I'm trying to find some common references, but it is a little bit challenging. Let me check. I have a space. It makes sense. It is not like completely down. Okay, I have like almost the same situation in the other side. If I do this, but my arm is going to move, my armor is going to move with my hand. So if I rotate to the other side, this also rotate to the other side. Here, that's not the case. Maybe because, okay, if I move here, it is not because only I rotate into one axis, I am rotating also another axis. That's why this is a little bit different to the other one. But this one, I think that's too much. Maybe we should be something in the middle. Because if I, here, it's okay. If I rotate here, I can also rotate here. And that is not going to help me. So I have to move this. So let me check the distance. Distance here, I can see clearly the distance. This one also, but remember, but the hand. I was thinking, remember that I have to use the sculpture brush to change this part. Look, it is almost like here, almost nothing, almost in this division line, and this one it is like these 3 squares, something like that. Okay, here almost nothing, and here much more space. So let's do the same here. This was too much, so maybe I can move it a little bit out, but not too much, not too much. Be really careful here. Like that. Okay, something like that. Let me check the distance here. But also I have to consider that I am moving my arm back. I have to move it more to the inside. This is too much. Maybe I'm going to use global. Hello, welcome. A little bit to the inside. something like that. But no, not too much, because then no, okay, no, then I have to move it back. That was too much, because now I have that problem. Let me check. Let me hide this for a moment. Look, this part is also a little bit weird. This one is challenging than the first. The first one. Como eso, y ahí creo que then I think that we can make it to move a little bit far. That and then okay, that's something I should maybe then play with the, because I don't want to have this. So now I can apply the same. Yes, now no, look, what is the division? I am confused. Okay, no. Okay, that was my fault. I was thinking on these pieces and the references, the corners, the ends. Okay, now I was thinking on this one. I was no, I have to move it down. No, there's no need to do that. I can fix this right now using that reference. So remember, here is almost at the middle. Here, this should be in this point. So let's try to change that. I'm going to use. I think that I'm going to do this manually because shrink wrap is not helping. No, it's not helping. Look, shrink wrap is not helping. And yes, but no, this is some part of the process. You're going to face a lot of things like this. Are not like big issues, but if you want to be really careful, especially in sculpture, you have to take care about those details. I really like to take care about those details. For me, it's easy to come here and say, okay, it looks like that, let's continue, but not. We have to make this to work. I am saying that I am thinking this like in real life, like I have this kind of pieces on my arm, and using that, if I rotate my hand, this is going to deformate or to change the deformation to the other. That's what I am trying to do. And I was trying to use a space, but space is not helping. It is changing also the position of the points, and I don't want that. So I'm going to use shrink wrap. Let's use shrink wrap. Now that I have a better idea of what should be like the direction of the points, then I can start changing this. Okay, I'm going to use this. Maybe only this, because I already have the shrink wrap, so there's no need to look at that. And I'm just going to start moving this. Remember, this is working because I have the shrink wrap applied. If I don't have the shrink wrap, this is going to move following the view axis. Sí, vamos arreglando esto. We're fixing this part. Arcon, where are you from? I mean, English is your native language, or you speak another language? You have another. For example, mine is Spanish. But maybe I can try to learn some basic phrases from your language. What is your native language? Your first language. Portuguese, Italian, French, something like that. I don't know more Romance languages. Something more close to a specific country, maybe from Spain. I don't know. The other language similar to those is the Romanian, I think. I don't know other languages similar to from the same like group of languages. Okay. You are from that part. I don't know any word on that language, sorry. But I'm going to learn something, at least to say hello, something like that. I remember that language from the Peaky Blinders. Did you see that show on Netflix? They were gypsies or have like gypsy, something related to gypsies, and they speak on that language in some cases. Okay. I like the show. That's one of my favorite shows. I watched the full seasons. I think that is going to be a movie now. They are working on a movie. I thought that the end is not going to be like good. No, but I am talking. I don't know. I am not talking about the gypsy culture, and I don't want to offend. I am saying that. I remember that in the show they say that they were related to gypsies, and they speak in that language. I am not saying that they are in real life. That's the only idea that I have about that. I'm not saying that. Maybe in the show that's the thing in the show, but maybe in real life it is different. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think that in the older Romance languages, Spanish, Portuguese, French, Italian, the most difficult one is I am confusing. Let me check because I am saying that wrong. Let me check very quickly. Uh, Romanian. Yes, Romanian. Okay, so in that group, that language is the most difficult one. I think. That's what I know. Maybe I am wrong. Okay, so we have that there. I think that we can maybe change this a little bit to the other side. Just because I don't like here. This should be like in the middle. Here it is. Okay. I understand why. Okay, I made a mistake here. I made a. Okay, if I move this here, it's going to be here, right? But if I move, so the zipper is going to be. Oh no! I was right. This is going to be like to this part. I used to watch shows series on the lunchtime. That's the only time that I have. So when I am eating, I am watching something. Okay, so I am good here because yes, if I move my arm, the position is going to be here, and this is going to be closer to this part. Yes, I was right here. Aquí estaba correcto en esta parte. Pero si me voy al otro lado, if I go to the other side, then I have to move it to the other. I mean, we can use this as the reference. Look at this position. This part of the elbow. The elbow. This is not the elbow, of course, but the bicep. The beginning of the bicep. You can see here that it goes here, and this zipper, it is not here. It is in the other part of the muscle. Here in this side. I do. Let me check here. If I move my hand in the other here, like in the right way, if I rotate my hand to this should be like the same. This one like here in the middle. Maybe I should like move this more to this direction. Maybe that's my mistake. That's why it looks like it is almost in the middle, but it is not. And you can see here that it is not, because here is the line of this part, but you can see that it is almost here. I should move it more like here. Now I can see that, and I cannot stop thinking on that thing. Now that I see that, I want to change that. I want to change all this part that I already done. Now I want to change to move it at least here, so it will make sense with what I want to project here for the armor. I have to change this. I have to change a lot of things. This should be at least here, so I can draw a line here in this part, and this will be more realistic, because now I have two options. Here, or leave it like this and forget about this design, and let's say that the zipper is not completely straight, it is like here, so this will make sense. Maybe we can do that, so we don't have to change all of this, and then we have to adapt the new design to this new concept. Maybe that's the solution. So if we think about that, then this part of the zipper is in the right position, because if I move again my arm to rotate this in this direction, then this is going to move and it is going to be closer to that part. But now that I am changing that here, yes, I can say that. I can say that. So the music stopped, and I'm going to come back. Just a moment. I'll go for some water. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Let's continue. So let me rotate this just a little. Yes, because I have to rotate that part, because look, this piece is not going to be good here. It is not going to. I have to rotate. Maybe I am thinking that I have to rotate a lot, but if I do that, that is not going to make sense. You know what? The thing is that if I use this and I have in this side and I move here and I have to work. Okay, we have two options here. Pay attention. Option number one, we rotate this armor more but I am saying I move this in a specific place of my arm, and I am talking about this as the main like reference. We have that option, that's option number one, and by doing that I can just replicate exactly what I do here in the other side and just have to adjust the deformation, but just few changes. That's option number one. So by doing that, the arm is going to just the direction of the armor is going to be following just this part, and maybe that was my mistake. I was trying to make like the hand. When I rotate my hand, this full part is going to rotate with the hand. That doesn't make sense, because you have control. But you have control of the whole part. Yes, no. Now I'm thinking this again. I don't have like something to put on my arm, so I can say, okay, this is the. It makes sense, because if I rotate my hand, this full part is going to move with the hand, because it is not only like the hand is changing. It is changing almost like half of the forearm with me. So this full part is going to rotate with that. We can maybe say that, but remember that this is not deformation. These are solid pieces, and we can have that rotation with no problem with the other idea that I had. So what should I do? I have to decide right now, because depending on that, then I can place all the other pieces in that. No, the only part that is metal, that is solid, I mean that hard surface, metal is this, the armor. This part is like leather, this part is like leather. That's why it is changing. So I never wear something like this in my life. That's why I don't have an idea, but I can imagine that this is not going to move with your hand, because it is easier for maybe just think about this. If you wear a long shirt or a jacket, the jacket is not going to move with your hand. The jacket is going to stay in the same position. That is this part. That is the arm. The jacket is going to move with your arm, not with your hand. You can move your hand, and the jacket is going to be here. This part of the jacket. I am thinking about that example. That's what I am trying to explain. This new idea. And that make more sense, because the arm, it is if it is leather, as I already told you, the whole part, then I have to change the deformation with this. But in this case, I think that I'm going with the jacket solution. Let's call it like that, the jacket solution. So this is going to be my main reference. So with that also, you know what? By doing this, I have two options. At the beginning of the streaming, I was explaining that the function, or the main the main function of this is to protect, right, to block attacks. But I was saying, in my lower leg, I have this. Makes sense, because we are going to protect from an attack. Just let's say that with this part. But if and this part can be, I think that this is not important, but this is the way that you can block attacks to the front side with your legs. The same with this one. And I have two options. If I use the elbow, let's call it the elbow as the main part, let's call it like that, because if I rotate my hand, I can block attacks like here in this direction. And also I can, if I rotate my hand, I can protect use another kind of action of movement to block attacks with the hand in the other position. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. This part is solid, right? So this part is like the main part that I'm going to control the rotation. Here I have nothing. I just have the piece of leather. So if I rotate my hand, it is going to be like jacket. I'm going just to rotate my hand, and it is going to be the same. So let's go with that solution. What do you say? It makes more sense. The only thing that it is not like good is that when you have a jacket, the jacket is not completely attached to your skin. Let's think on a t-shirt. The t-shirt is going to rotate because if you move, not a t-shirt, a shirt. If you have a shirt, the shirt is almost, it is near to the. What is the name of this one? The la muñeca. Of this part, what is the name of this? The wrist. It is almost close to the wrist, and if I move my hand, it is going to rotate with my hand. If you are wearing a shirt, that's the thing. I did not think about that on my design. And here I want to go for that the wrist is going to. Okay, let's play between both designs. I have an idea right now. This is going to rotate with the wrist, right? But just yes. Now I know what to do. I know what to do. This is a solid piece, right? So this is going to be my main direction, following the elbow. Okay, so I have to rotate that almost here, or maybe I can rotate this one, but almost here. This part is also like, let's say that this is a solid part, and then it's going to control the full part here, and this is also a static position, so it is going to be like here. Okay, but we were saying, but it is attached to the skin. It should rotate because this is leather. Okay, we are going to rotate that, but not this part. The rotation is going to happen here. Hello, Golden George. Welcome to the streaming. I think that you are new. We are creating this character. We're creating this character, Hawkgirl, for 3D printing. I am now dealing with trying to make sense of what I created with the design that I created. So that's what we're going to do. Yes. I know what to do now. The thing is that I really like this design, and this is the design that I was thinking on at the first. When I just created the design of this, I want it to be in this position, but now I cannot do that because I already created it in the other position. So I have to go for the other position. Let's try to do. Thank you, Golden George. Here we do Blender streamings from Monday to Thursday at the same hour, and on Fridays and Saturday nights we do gaming streamings. Now I am playing Doom from 2016 on those nights, and this channel is about 3D and everything related to 3D, so games are related to 3D, because in the future we're going to create at least small games with all the creations that we are doing here. The channel is just starting, so we have a lot of work to do. Also, for you to know, I don't know if you are interested on 3D or I don't know, but this is the third character that we created in this channel, and this is going to be the last for 3D sculpting. This is 3D sculpting. This is for 3D printing. You can print this, and you can okay. And later we're going to start making some small projects with 3D modeling. We're going to do UV wrapping and all of that. Okay, so now that I am explaining this to you, this is a sculpting, this is a solid, just one single pose. I cannot move this, and this is going to be for 3D printing. You can use it, if you have a 3D printer, you can print that and you have that in your desk, I don't know, something like that, for your collection. But the other process is 3D modeling. 3D, you can check this. Look the level of topology. This is for 3D sculpting, But if you check these parts, this is 3D modeling. So here I am using both 3D modeling and 3D sculpting. But at the end, this is going to be 3D sculpting because I am not going to UV unwrap, I am not going to use materials, I am going to paint all the details at the end. So here, this is also 3D modeling. So if you are a beginner, you can see the difference. And also for you to let you know how we are working in this channel, that's the kind of content. You can see my videos. I started with AR when I used to create AR filters for Instagram. Also I upload some shorts about drawing. The channel is about art. Create art, and with that create games. So everything is related. Also I made some videos about ChatGPT. But maybe also AI. AI is also part of this world, because I am not, for example, let's say that I am not going to... I create these concepts with AI. And why I create this? Because I want to look for the final pose. Okay, great. So this channel, we have everything, something about everything, but the main part is 3D, because I am a 3D artist. I also make some drawings, but I am not that good as a professional that only draw. But I like to create my own characters and also existing characters. Do you have your own image gen setup? What is that? I don't understand that question, or maybe that was not for me. Okay, but so here we can play with everything. With AI too. Of course that I am not going to use AI for 3D because I'm a 3D artist. No. I don't know, it's not like I just use the local, they already know, the ChatGPT, the other that I can find that you can find online to create this. I don't know, I try to learn that part, but I am not good with coding, so I cannot create my own AI generators. No, I don't have that. I just use the basic, because look, these are concepts. It is not like I am creating. No. I just using the normal online. Yes, that's the thing. Also, I am not against AI, because this is technology, and I know that maybe I should be like, maybe try to be afraid, I don't know, or maybe against about AI because this is going to replace me at some point. But no, forget about that. Technology, we always have new technology, and you have to adapt to the new technology. In my case, I am, for example, a 3D artist, so I am not going to use AI to create 3D, because then I am doing nothing in my case. And also, as you already saw, always there is something that the AI is not going to do everything okay. And you know, because in this case I know, because I am doing 3D, so I know that 3D AI with 3D is not perfect. So in my case, as Archon said, I am using, for example, for concept art, but is this my own creations? Is this the concept art that I am going to create, and I am going to say I am a concept artist because I am doing AI with concept art? No, I'm just using AI in this case to find a pose for my character. So I am using AI, but to help me with this kind of it is like my assistant, okay? So that's what I'm trying to say. You can use AI as your assistant. Maybe you're not good in something, but you need that little thing for your workflow, for your main workflow, and you may use, for example, you, Golden George, that you can also do 2D art. Let's say that you only are focusing on 2D. Maybe you can use AI to create something in 3D, a 3D concept, and then you can draw and try to, and why you're using the 3D, because you can start drawing the shadows and all of that using this as a reference. So Think of that as your assistant. Don't be against, because if you are going to be against that, you're going to lose. Technologies continue to be better, and if you say no, I am against that, you're going to not like using this opportunity for you. Remember, if you always try to find a way in every thing that happened to you, try to use something that is good for you. So I understand. I am not saying like critics for other artists that say no, because there are a lot of artists against AI, and I understand. And also they are very, very good artists. I am not saying that they are bad or something like, or beginners. No. They are very, very like top artists in 3D. I am talking about 3D. And they say, no, I am against AI. Okay, but just you have to know that you are not going to stop that. So it is better to use it for you. Also, something that I am not good. For example, I am not good on writing. So I am using AI, I am saying my ideas, I want to do this, and I using AI to create the scripts for my videos. The videos that I create for you on the channel. The script is with the help of AI, because I am not a writer, and I am not good at writing. So if that is something that I am not good at, of course that I have to practice. But if I need to create something, and I need to do it right now, I have to use the help of my assistant. In this case, that is, I consider AI. And it is not like, okay, I want to create a video about that, create me the script. No, you don't do that. It is like, okay, look at this. I use AI like it is a person. I say, okay, I am doing this. This is my idea. I created the recording on the screen. I already do this. I do this. Now, with all of the description that I already told you, try to create something that goes like step by step. Avoid repetitive words, something like that. So that's how you use AI. It is not like, okay, do this for me. No. It is going to, no, not good. Also, the music that we are listening here in the channel, it is with AI. And I like music. I like to create music. I am not a musician, but I like to create music, and I play some instruments. But I don't have like the equipment or the ways or the money to try to create my own tracks. But I have to add music to the streaming, and I don't want copyright issues. So I have used AI music for other channels. Yes, but you have to be very careful, because I tried that a lot of times, and believe me, I can say that ChatGPT is not that good with 3D. Because maybe it is because I am trying to asking ChatGPT like very, very, very specific things that you may like are not like finding. Think about this. As I already told this in the channel, when you do art, in this case 3D, you have a lot of ways to do this. You only have the idea, I want to create this. And when you start doing it and start making and start repeating and creating some things, by doing, you are like creating the way just by doing. I mean, for example, here, I was thinking on an original idea, but now I think that doesn't work, and I have to change that. But how I discovered that? By doing this, and I can like have a new like issue. So I have the issue, and I have to find a way to solve it. That's how you create art. You just have this. Think about Blender as a tool. In this case, this is the tool that I am using to create the idea that I have. So with art, it's the same. And ChatGPT, it is very difficult, because for ChatGPT, I think, because if you think maybe I am having this issue, try to please tell me how I can do this. ChatGPT is going to say you like a solution that maybe doesn't exist, but it is trying to give you an answer, but the answer is not okay. Also, maybe it is trying to give you an answer based on other works or other information that it found on the internet, but for you that is not going to work. So that's why ChatGPT, or maybe AI in this case, it is not good. Yes, and it is always going to give you an answer, but maybe the answer is not good. And I tried many things with 3D, like testing the AI with 3D with the thing that I know, because I do this, so I know what I am doing, and I read the answer, and it is like, you cannot do that. I said, ChatGPT, that button or that button that you are saying to me doesn't exist. Okay, sorry. So you can do this, something like that. ChatGPT is not going to. Yes, something like that. When you ask some question, maybe, but remember, this is art. And I think that for more advanced tools that you're going to generate with AI, I think that it is very, very difficult. Let's say not impossible, but very, very difficult for the AI to project the idea that you want. And that's good for us, because in that point, in that human touch, in that maybe that little imperfection that we do with our work, that is part of that is the part of our work that you're going to show, and that's how the other people are going to identify you. That is going to recognize the way that they are going to recognize your work. But if you just generate something with AI and the others generate the same thing, so how you're going to say, this is my work? Yes, that's also another thing. The tools are going to be more advanced at some point, but they are not going to replace you. So the human touch, let's call it like that, that is something that they will never, okay, let's not say never, but it is something that it is going to be very, 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 very difficult for AI to try to replicate, to copy. It is not, because you think in a lot of things. Maybe this time, maybe I am angry today. I am very, very angry, and I came here and I think like, no, I don't like this design. I'm going to change something more strong. I want to project something more strong for the character, because she is maybe not very, very gentle. I want her to be more aggressive, something like that. And in other day you came and today I'm happy. I think that maybe in this part I should change that she's, maybe the colors are too dark. Thank you, welcome. And you change the color, and with all the mix of that emotions that you are having, you as a person, and you are like maybe trying to do that in your work, and how AI is going to copy that, how AI is going to replicate that. So don't be afraid about that. And if people want to say, okay, let's leave them to think about that, but maybe some people, I can say that this is something that I know, and you're going to be very careful about 3D modeling, that I can project, that I can, like, any idea that I have in my mind, I can make it real with 3D. That's what I like about 3D. And I am thinking not about only characters, I am thinking about monsters, I am thinking about VFX, I am thinking about videos, I am thinking about animations, I am thinking about games. So all that crazy ideas that I have in my mind, I can make that possible with 3D. That's what I like about 3D. And the part that I'm enjoying is the final part, when I say, okay, I did what I wanted at the beginning. I changed a lot of things, but I did it. Hello to Makita, welcome. I did it, and that's for me the best part. When you yes, welcome. That is the best part for me. That I enjoy the most here in 3D. When you finish a project, when you complete a project and you say, okay, I am a better artist because I created this, and at the beginning I have many doubts. I have like many things that I didn't know, but at the end I finish it and I learn a lot. That's the best part for me. Also, you have to be really careful because here in 3D, I don't know if this happened with other professions or maybe in other. I think that maybe it is a thing here in art, that there are a lot of people that are very jealous. So it is like they are not trying to help you because they are thinking that you are going to get their job, something like that. So you have to be really careful. Okay, great, that's good. Also, another thing that I want here, when I started this channel, something that I wanted, the main reason that I wanted here is because a lot of things that you see now with the games, with music, with art, with movies, that it is only to generate. You have to create something because the CEO of that company say, I want to make money and do that in this way, but you lose the original idea, that why fans maybe started to like your product. And now is only do this because that's why I'm paying you to do, and you lost a lot of great concept, a lot of great art, a lot of great things. So maybe with this channel I am trying to show that I am doing this, I want to do this, I'm explaining, I like to do this in my way, and maybe you can do that too. Don't be afraid, don't be like maybe that's only for an exclusive group of people to do that. No. Here, if you have an idea, do it. That's, maybe I should open a podcast so we can start like talking about this. I know some people from the industry, from AR filters, from AI, from different parts of the world that I met in the few years ago with Meta, and maybe we can have very interesting conversations here. Maybe we in the future, when we have more subscribers, we can add like a section where I can interview some people, other artists, and know their point of view. Maybe we can debate here about a lot of ideas. I don't know, let's see later. Okay, now returning to this idea that I have to change now the position, the rotation of this part. So let's try to do this because this is going to be very difficult to do. And maybe I should bring this piece here so I know the reference here. Also, let me check about the music. Very good. I was afraid because I don't want to have copyright. Okay, so let's continue. This is the reference, remember. Let's try to rotate this first, and I'm going to bring back I'm going to bring this to the other side. Okay, these are the pieces. And let me try to move it, to adjust it in the new position that we just say. Let me rotate here and here, and then go to this. Okay, here I think that is going to be just something like that. Sorry. Ooh, like that. And look, it really looks great, but I think that I have to rotate it a little bit more. Yes, I have to rotate it more. Let me be careful. Something like this. I want it to be like this, so I can use this as I can move this piece in that part here. I think that maybe we're good here. Maybe something like this. Yes, something like that. We can move it that maybe here, closer. Just look at that. It is better. Now let me bring this piece here. Let me see. Okay, this is a curve. Should I? But here I can rotate it. Okay, this is going to be a little more difficult because I can rotate just. I don't have to mirror this part. I can rotate this part because this should be in the other side for the other arm. I'm talking about the other arm. Yes, something like that. That's right. That's the way to do it, right? I am a little confused here. Let's use my thumb as a guide. Okay, this part is going to be like in the same side here of this piece. So I just only have to rotate. I just only have to rotate this. Let me move the curve too. Oh, what the hell? Okay, very good. Okay, let's move it to the other. Okay, let me rotate here that I have. I'm going to rotate this like this. Ooh. Like that, and I'm going to place here. Place that here. That's why you always, in this kind of pieces, you always do use local transformations, because it's going to be a little bit annoying to start working with global. If I think that I did that because this was having a global transformation, the curve. Don't worry, there is not a big deal. But at the end, remember that you have to apply all transformations. And also, if you do this and you want to apply modifiers, remember that always at least apply a scale. That's something that you have to know, because you're going to face some issues if you do not that. If you don't do that. Okay, something like that. Something like that. Now let me. It is not perfect, but that's the worst part about that. Okay, it is not perfect, but it is something. And let me check here with the other. It is going to the other direction. Don't worry. We can make it here to go to the center. It is going to like out. In this case, no, we can. Okay, this is going like in this direction, so we can do the same here, like in the other direction. Yes, we have to rotate more. Have to rotate this a little bit more. Let's use I don't like that part. Let me use here Let me change the origin for this one for now, then I'll change that later. Okay, now it is easier to manipulate. Maybe that was too much. Just something like that, at least we know that it is not going to touch this part, so it is okay. Then we have to change a lot of things, of course. We have to change a lot of things, but at least we know the reference. So now with this, we know that we are good to continue doing what we're trying to do. And again, because this is leather, we have to change, because this should be here and this is good to be here. So with that, we fix what at the beginning we have the issue, and it is going to look great. It's not something that I had in mind, because I prefer to do like the original design, like leave it here in this direction, but I already did that in the other direction, and that's okay. Also, please remember, for those who are new, to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. You are helping me a lot with that, and I know that you really like this kind of content, and I can continue doing this. Okay, I think that this is great. Now we have to fix this. Maybe we should move it a little bit down. Let me hide this. No, I want this for the reference. Okay. Let's leave it like that. We're using shrink wrap, so there's no problem with that part. I think that we should move it like a little bit down, so I can play with the already things that I already remember that I use as reference. This part to be like almost here. But maybe that is not going to be the case, because I am moving not like this one. This one is also like here in this direction. No, it is like almost the same. Yes, it is almost the same. So we have a good reference, So let's select this, all these hard surface pieces of the armor. Well, let me select this one first. That, and then we're going just to move it a little bit down until this touch this part, like this, slowly. That was too much. Maybe the rotation, maybe I should move it like this and then rotate it like that. But no, I am going to lose this. No, it is not looking good. I'm using this as a guide, these parts. But I wanted to do that because here, yes, I was trying to do something like here. What should I do? And it makes sense, because it is going to be closer, because I am moving my hand to the other direction, but not too much. And this is perfect, because here, and also maybe I should rotate it like even more, because I have now the same, like, let's call it like the same space here in between these pieces, and the gaps are almost like the same. So that's something that I should, let me check. Just by doing that, and rotate it even more in this direction. That is something. That was too much. Here, let me see. Maybe I am missing something. Ooh, look at that. I was very. That was too much. Let me. Here I cannot see the problem. Let me move this here just for a moment. I am using this as a reference. This is nothing. This is not part of the design. You know what? Maybe I should rotate even more. Let me check here with my elbow. No, we're good. We're good. Look at this. Look at this in the other arm. It is, the elbow is here and it is like here. So we have to do something similar. But I can rotate a little bit more because it is one. Just a little bit more I can rotate here. So maybe with that we can fix that part. Let me see. Like this. So by doing that I have to move it. Or maybe I can use this because I have to move it. Like here, like this. Like that. This part is not good with my design. This part is not good with my design. In the middle. Maybe I can rotate even more because that was here. It should be in the middle. I can rotate more. Look, this is the middle. I can rotate even more. So let's do that. Good. For the wings, I will try to use geometry nodes. Let's see if the thing is with the a lot of geometry, a lot of topology. Maybe that is going to be a problem. That's the thing with geometry nodes. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I have to try. Maybe I should create that in a different file, or maybe create just blocking and then polishing it separate. Because I mean, create like a blocking part, and then I'm going apply the geometry nodes and then just manually adjust the details. Something like that, or maybe one by one. I don't know. I don't know. We're going to see. Here I am. See, I have a problem here. It is looking good, but it is too far from the, maybe because of the position. Let's think about that too. But the thing is that it is too like far from the arm, and I think that that's not good. That's the problem that I am having, and if I move it to the inside, we're going to have this problem. No, it's also, it is not good. But maybe we're good, because look, here we're good. Also, we have a space to move our arm, our hand, I mean. Maybe here is going to be like the little problem that we may face, because this is too far from the, let me check here. But no, because here we also have a lot of space, and that's the design that I was thinking on. Sorry. Oh, let me change the music, because that music, no, we're good. Alright, we have then to change to other, let me change to other music. Let me change to this one, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, this one is going to it is challenging, and you can see that it is not modeling. We're just moving it in one place. That's something that I was not thinking on, because I have another design in my mind, but my design was not good, or maybe not real. Yes, I did not think about that. So now I have two options: or completely change this part, or try to adjust this to what I have. There are not other options. And also something that, no, we're good, because I made this. Yes, it should be in this way. Why I leave those gaps here and here? Because in this design you can see that these are symmetrical pieces. So if I change the position of my hand, it is going to happen here at the formation. You see? And I wanted to leave some space so the deformation doesn't affect the armor. That's why I make it bigger and leave some spaces. But now I can see that maybe no, because here I have a lot of space. Look, I leave a lot of space. So I think that we are good. But I already have the curve. No, this is too much space. This is too much space. But we can think about the same what will happen with the knee. We have little space here, but here we have a lot of space because of the position. Let me check again this part. Also remember that this is not in the right position. This should be a little bit here to the back. Maybe we're good. Let's leave it like that, and then if we have to change it, then we change it. Okay, now I know what is the problem. I am focused I am focusing only in this part, but I should now focusing on this part and this part as a reference. So let's place this first in the real final position. Let's do that. Okay, let's check the other design. Let's check the other design. So if you can see, it is almost at the bicep. It is just a little space here in between the bicep and this piece. And if we see, it is this part, the bigger piece, it is at the, like in the middle of the bicep, almost at the middle, because the middle is this, is in this part, I think. Yes, it is like in this part. But I think that you know what I'm trying to say. So also let me check another important thing here, and it's all the how far I want this from the arm. And look, you can see that I am leaving a lot of space. So because I am moving, I mean I use the curve. I should move this to the inside, the curve to the inside. I can use the same curve as the reference here of how far this piece should be in the other arm. So let's do that now that we have the reference. Of course that we have to change the curve because the deformation is different. But first let's go to the most important part. Okay, again, this should be in the middle, so it has to be like almost here, and I need to leave some space, so it should be maybe here, like here. Now I have to rotate this. I wish I can use this is not a circle, this is a division. Wait, why I did not use this as a circle? Because at the beginning I was thinking on, maybe we can join this as a circle. At the beginning I was thinking here in another design, that's why I did not do in that way, did it in that way. Okay, so now I have to rotate this and trying to place it like here. It didn't select this part. So like here. Yes. Okay, I think that now we're good. And then we have just to make some little adjustments. But the main part is this one. Let me check again. I think that the distance is good. This little distance here. Yes. I think that the distance is good. Maybe this rotation, I should rotate it a little bit more. Like this. Yes, I think that we're good. So, at least I know where to place that. Now I have to do a lot of changes. And let's see what is the middle here. Here, something like this. In that, let's say like in that connection. So let's rotate that part. Maybe in C. That. something like that. Yes, but now I have to move to try to see the. Maybe I can rotate it this part just a little, just like that. So we can rotate this too. Just be careful. That, and this one too. That, and look. Yes, I think that's what I wanted. It makes sense. I need a way to place this, because it makes sense with the design that we have, but I think that this maybe I should rotate a little bit to this side. It is too to the other side, so look, I don't have protection here. I need to protect this part, but be really careful not to touch this. Also, yes. No. I think that this is the final position. Now I have to place this. So, okay, so that's, at least we made some progress. I know that this is not too much for today, but that's how we do things here. Also, we were talking a lot of things. That's okay. So it is very challenging, and I'm just moving it to the right place. I'm not modeling anything. I did not create something new today. I just trying to place to move this to the other side and put it in the right place. That's the whole thing that we did today. You may think that that's not too much, and maybe you're right, but it is a little bit challenging, because I want to keep all the details. I want to take care about all the details. I don't want to do it like, okay, just leave it like that and just continue to the other piece. Just leave it in the front and it was okay. Let's move to the other side now. This has to make sense. This has to follow an idea. And I have an idea for this character. I want to project it, and I want to be as perfect as possible, as always I do with my project. Also, I already finished. Do you want to see how many of you are here? Archon, are you here? I want to show you how the missile. Maybe I want to add something extra for the missile. Now I'm going to work on rigging. Okay, I'm going to show you the final design of the missile, and just let's move to that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like this for today. I'm going to say that, let me try to find a thumbnail. I have a lot of work to do here. We have to be really careful, because we have to preserve each detail. So I already told you that. Let me not repeat. Let me hide this one for now. Also, let me move this to the. This is already in the new collection, or yes, it is already in the new collection. So we're good. Once we find this to make sense with the rest of the armor, I think that we complete that part. We have to be also very careful not to touch the hand. I don't want to touch the hand. And but because also I have a different. Yes, it is going to be a little bit not possible, because here it is not touching, but because the hand is in this position. If I rotate that, it is going to not to touch, but I think that's okay. But I am telling you just details that we should keep in mind to place this in the right position. Okay, so let me find the image for the thumbnail. I'm going to leave it like that. This is a little bit challenging. Let's hope that tomorrow we can finish. I think that tomorrow we can finish this part. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. So this is the. Let me just wait a moment so I can create a a capture for this one. Okay, so this is what we did today. You have to find a position for this one. And after we finish this part, we're going to move with the helmet. And after we finish the helmet, then we're going to start with the wings. After the wings, we're going to... No, the base is going to be for the end, for the final part, the last part. We're going to start working on the details of the costume. But the part that we're going to the time that we're going to use for that is going most on trying to think on a design. But there is not something difficult to do that. We already have created the base mesh, so there is not something difficult to do there. So okay, I think that I have the capture for that part. Then let me show you the other project. Let me close this, and let me show you, as I already told you, I think that this one, final textures. I want to add something extra, just maybe, I forgot about, I wanted to show you with the if I open with render, you are not going to see anything here. Okay, this is with if I press render, you are not going to see anything here. Okay, this is the final design. There are no more nodes. I already baked all the nodes here. I create a lot of materials with 4K textures because I want to give realistic. Let me see if I can find very quickly the create here. Let me check. I want to add what is the name of this one? Of environment, I think that is environment texture. I'll move it here. Just because then you can change that later. That's why I use. Okay, let me try to find how. I don't remember. Let me check. I think that's Blender Foundation 4K. This one. I don't remember where to find Studio Lights World. You don't have to follow my steps. I am just trying to find the one that Blender have. I am trying to create to bring this. What is the name of these textures? The one that are like the whole space, like you are trying to capture with a 360 camera. The one that. Yes, but it is not my. These are not my designs. These are the one that came with Blender. You can search for new yes, the HDR. You can find new images online. These are the standard, just to show you the result. I think that this one, with this you can see. Okay, here let me check what's happening with this one. I did not use this is glass. Why you are not? Let me see. But I don't use the diffuse. Okay, I have a problem with this one, with this material. I have to check that later. Okay, so let me use that. Okay, you can see here all the details. I'm using 4K, and on different I divide like the model. I create groups, merge some pieces, and then create. Maybe I should separate this from the other design. Yes, it is a low poly model. Let me show you. It is a low poly model. Let me show you the wireframes. Look. It is a low poly, it is below 50K, 50k, but I try to add with this low poly. Look, it is low poly because it has not look, the edges, they are, look at these edges, you see, it has not bevel here, because if I add bevel it is going to add more, and I am trying to keep this with low topology, but I am trying to add all the details that I can. So you can see, check that. Let me, it is like I create low poly. I don't know if that is low poly, because in AR filters that was low poly. Below 50k was low poly. And then with the materials I work on making realistic details here. If I try to create just one material, one texture for all the model, then you're not going to see these details. So I try to keep to merge some pieces and create textures for one of these, but trying to keep the details, so you can see all the details also here. Yes, it is good if you want to create like a realistic model. For example, if you are trying to show a product that is 100% like real, then you have to create high poly models. You can see that we preserve all the details here. I add these new parts here. Also inside I create new details here too, to these pieces. You can see I wanted just to add maybe a warning message that I saw here, so I have to again repeat the baking process for all this part, but I think that I need to add something here. I'm going to add this warning message here. That's the only detail, but I cannot see why this is not working with the realistic, the glass. Why the glass is not... look, transmission is 1. I cannot see through my glass, and that's not okay. I should see through the glass. That's something that I don't know. Maybe the problem is with the roughness. Let me check that. I thought that with roughness, let me check here. Let me go to. I always forgot about that. Maybe it is ambient occlusion. Let me check. Maybe if I disconnect these textures, the baking textures, then maybe no roughness, no ambient, but I need emission. I should create the original glass. Then I will not have here anything. Let me bring back the original glass. What was the glass? FU glass. I don't remember how I call that material. What was the name that I used for that material? I don't remember. Also, I delete all the other materials. Let me bring that from the previous file. Append with material. Let me try to find my glass textures. No. What was the one? Glass and glass texture. I'm going to bring these two here. Append. And I'm going to apply. Let me try glass textures. Glass textures. This is with glass. No, but I cannot see. I cannot see anything here. Baking is not too much. It depends on your computer and all the resolution that you want to give it for your model. The problem is when you're trying to figure it out which parts you want to join and which part you're going to leave it out, and also in the complexity on the model, because as I already showed you the Celtic weapons that I had. So for that weapons, I spent a lot of time because there were I sculpted some details in the high poly version. So with that, I have to play with something called cage to bake. I have to create from a low poly, create a copy and trying to move it, make it a little bit bigger, and trying to not move it too far from the high poly and not to touch the high poly. That's something that is a video I have in mind to show you how to bake those kind of textures. Doing that part is all the most that you are going to spend on here on trying to bake textures. But when you already have everything and you just want to bake, you just have to be really careful with metallic and all of that, and then you're good. I don't know why this is not working. My glass is not working, and that's not good. Look, my glass materials are not working. I have to check that. Let me save this material so I don't have to go back. This is no. Maybe here. Maybe yes. I forgot about yes. Maybe you're right. Where is the part that I have to? Here I don't remember. Not here. Sorry. Yes, you're right. Let me change this to GPU. Did you see what I did? I just didn't pay attention. That's something that very basic, and I didn't pay attention to that. Thank you, friend. Let me change this. Okay, you have to with your baking. These are all the things that you have to keep in mind. I always like to keep these numbers. If you use the previous numbers, the standard ones that are very, very high values, you're going to the baking process. When you press bake, you're going to spend a lot of time, and you don't want to do that. So with this, I have good results. Also, always use your GPU. Remember, always use your GPU. Now let me go with my original. I don't remember this one. Glass. This color and then roughness. Great! I can use, yes, I can use, but it is a little bit weird. Maybe it is because I am the computer is. Let me change with the noise. Okay, I forgot to press the noise. When you use the noise, you can maybe make your computer not to work too much. Okay, so let me show you the details now that were good. Look, this is the final. Look, you can see all the chips inside, all the details. With normal, the only thing that I couldn't do, look all the normal, all the bump details that you have for the chips. The only thing that I cannot do it the way I wanted was this one, because I create a lot of nodes. If you see the nodes that I use for this, it is a complete. You're not going to understand that. To create this shape only with using nodes for the materials, it was maybe easier for me just to create a shape with this, following this, and then bake that into an alpha, and then just paint the alpha here. It will be more easier to do, but I wanted to do it with nodes, and it worked, but it is not as I wanted. But it looks good. It looks good. Sorry about that. And let me check the other. Hello Girish, welcome, namaste. And here you can see all the details, the roughness, the ambient occlusion, Look, you have the bump materials. Let me show you here on behind. I cannot see very good here. This is not helping me a lot. But here it is the, how can you say this, the pressure device. Let me show you what's inside here, and I preserve all the, if I rotate this, then you're going to see. Let me go here and let me hide just for a moment the glass. Look, with all the baking process, you can see the details. I preserve all the details, so it is not like something pixel. The only pixel parts, maybe if you go here, maybe you're going to see here, but I cannot do more. Maybe I can do more, but I think that I did a great job. So I preserve all the details here, all the details. And also let me show you yes, I just only hide that. Let me go here to the frontal part. Look at this. This is you can see like inside, what's inside with the glass too. And if I hide this part, I have to hide, and this is what it's inside. And you can see. So that's my, also this is going to change depending on your I don't remember. There is a way to hide all the environment. I don't remember that right now. This is something is with 2 more nodes you can hide all the other image and just focus on the lights. But I don't remember right now. It is something is just 2 nodes. So we can change, maybe let's change let's open another image. You can find these images online. For example, interior. Look. And depending on your light, you're going to see the details here different. Maybe I can use this for the final. This was the part that I was like. Remember that I told you that I was trying to create something here. I just use alphas. There was no way for me to try to use nodes to create something like this. It was very, very difficult, and the method that I use, I create a lot of things, a lot of nodes here. You should see that, but it didn't work. So I just go to the easy solution, and the one that it is really good was alphas, and with that I can add this little extra here, this extra detail. So what's going to happen now with my model? Let me go here with layout. Here. What I am going to do now is just try to add maybe some bones. I'm going to use some bones to move the but how I'm going to move this wing? This is going to rotate. Okay, to move the wings, to move the cable, and to move this thing inside here, this piece inside here, and to move these rollerons here. This should be moving, and this should be rotating. That is what I'm going to do that right now, but I don't know if I'm going to finish that, because for this week I want to try I am trying to play with some physics with a small project, but I never done that before, so I wanted to do it for creating shorts for the channel. And with that I think that I'm going to learn about physics, trying to create some VFX in 3D. So for this model I just want to add that, and then create an animation like fire here, something like that. And then I'm going to upload that to the store. So that's all for today's friends. I do not know what I'm saying right now. That's all for today. And remember, if you rotate the parent object, you might not need the bones, I think. No, but I want to add bones, so you have to use bones to do some kind of rigging, so you can animate the way you want. And I want to create an animation that you can move it like this, and you can rotate that. Also for the little piece here with the pressure, I'm going to add a bone here just to create some shots. I'm going to place a camera here, and when the missile is moving with the fire and all of that, you're going to see that moving too, just to make it a little bit realistic. But you need bones. If you are right, maybe if you just rotate this and then just you don't want to use bones, if you want, you can just add empty objects, and then it is better to do something different, because when you animate, it is like better to use another object to modify the position. So when you return to the original position, it is going to be the same as you created. That's why you use bones, and that's why you, in this case, you don't want to use bones, empty objects. But it is not good to add in the same object, like try to add the property of rotation. It is not good, because let's think about this. By doing that, you are only going to limit your project to rotate it in that way. But let's say that you want maybe to export that into Unity, to make this like a game. I don't know, the missile is going in a game, trying to avoid objects in the game that you're playing, and going to the final place where it is going to crash. By doing that, if you do the animation with objects, by doing the parent object here, the animation here, you're not going to do that in Unity. It is not going to work. So by doing this with bones is the only way that I think that is going to work in Unity. And here, if you only want to create a video for Blender, then you can add empty objects and just add constraints to make something to copy the modifier, and with the modifier you can change the position, the rotation in this case of the empty object, and this is going to follow, and you can preserve. But remember, you always try to create something extra that will control the objects inside your creation, in this case this missile. And also think about characters or monsters. The only way to animate those are with bones, and maybe with robots. Let's think that this is a robot. You can do the method, but remember, you are only going to limit your project to do here, only here, and when you want to export that, it is not going to work. That's why you have to think. I know that maybe if you're working on a project and they told you, when you're working on something and they told you what to do, okay, do it in that way. If that doesn't work, that is not your fault. The fault is from the other person that told you what to do. You can suggest things, but if they don't listen to you, that is not your fault. But in here, that you're trying to make this to be more like versatile, something like that, you want to convert it to use to use this model for many purposes, for animation, for games, in my case. So that's what's something that you want to think about. Also, this is not going to work for games. Maybe it is going to work, but this has a lot of textures, so you have to think about that. That's another thing, but textures is not like the main thing. It is something that you can bake, or maybe just join everything and then bake something one only texture, that's okay. That's also something that you can do, but you're not going to see those details. But if you are playing, let's say that the game is the missile they have to move and avoid and start avoiding things, and you are seeing the camera, you are not going to see these details, so you don't have to care about that. You are just going to see things here, and here you cannot read what's in here. You're going to see that something is in there. So there you can reduce the textures to one texture, or maybe use 2K textures to reduce the resolution. That's how games work. When you try to create animations, and in my case that I already told you, I want to show closer shots of certain parts, then that's why I need these 4K textures that I already bake. And it is easier here with textures. It's going to be a little bit difficult. I'm going to see if I will not have problems, but it is better than using the materials. You always have to bake your textures, the materials that you have, because the computer is going to work a lot trying to use the nodes that you are creating. Nodes is good for creating the materials, but you always have to bake those materials. So okay, I am very late. I have to finish this, so I have to go now. Okay, friends, so this is all for today. We're going to continue. I don't know if this is real. I just play with this. Let's leave it like that. Or maybe this message. Okay. So friends, remember, if you are new in this channel, please remember to subscribe, give it a like, share this content with others, and leave a comment below. If you want, you can join our Discord server. We have a small community there, but if you want to share things about 3D or games, or maybe ask for a question, then you can do that in there. What else? Also, let me tell you about a very important Archon. If you are working with solid pieces with no edges, with no bevel, sorry, edges. You have edges. With no bevel, you have to, and you are using shade smooth. If you are using maybe shade flat, it is okay to leave it like that. If you are using shade this auto smooth, okay. But if you use shade smooth and you just leave it the low poly figure like this one, you're going to look a very awful thing here. It is not going to look okay. So to avoid that, I use this. Did you see this like light blue lines? Okay, these are sharp edges. These are, let me see, where is this? Yes. Where am I? Yes, where is it? Yes, this mark sharp. Okay, just for you to know. Maybe you already know it, but maybe someone here knows. And when I was starting, I didn't know that, and I was spend a lot of time trying to understand how to do that. Okay, so that's all for today. Please remember to subscribe. Thanks for coming. Yes, we're going to continue tomorrow with the other. After sculpting, we're going to create some modeling. Just the new streamings are going to be maybe creating modeling or animating. I don't know. We're going to see. Maybe we just want to create a little scene, a little environment with objects inside, maybe a room, a gamer room with a computer and a desk, something like that, and maybe a musician room with instruments, but not animation. But there we are going to learn about modeling, about UV unwrapping, a lot of that, and then maybe in the other project we can go with animation, or maybe we can create a weapon the weapon is also very difficult to create. The weapons that I created, the Celtic weapons that I created, those were very, very difficult, and the baking process was very challenging, but I found a way to do that. Okay, so I have to go. We're going to continue tomorrow if nothing happens, okay? So remember to subscribe, that's free, and you're helping me a lot. And see you in, thanks for coming, thanks for your support, and see you in the next one.